my way out.
Sit down, Chief. Sit
You
down.
can make a noise.
Sit down, Chief.
Thank you.
What's your military title?
Speaker. Speaker.
Mr. Chanyers.
I think we need a breathalyzer now.
Hey, Matata,
Over to you, Mr.
Commander-in-Chief of the EFF. South Africa is behind you, despite calls from the United States and Elon Musk, who are calling for your sanctions and calling you an international criminal. We want to remind you, President, that even Nelson Mandela was referred to as an international criminal, and only up until 2008 was he released from the terrorist list by the United States. Leaders like Gaddafi, Patrice Lumumba, Kwame Nkrumah, Thomas Sankara from Burkina Faso were all labeled criminals by the West. Stand firm, President. Being a criminal of imperialist forces is a badge of honor for our struggle for the liberation of our people. President Ramaphosa, in the 20th century, Chairman Mao develops and popularizes a concept called a paper tiger. A paper tiger, President, is something that appears powerful and intimidating from a distance, but as you get closer to it, it's harmless, it's fragile, it's powerless. It's just a paper made of a tiger. Your State of the Nation address, President, like the 7 you gave before that, reminds us of a paper tiger. You always make bold statements. You appear dangerous from afar, but when we pay closer attention, we see a paper tiger. Your ministers and premiers are all praise singers, Mr. President. All of them did not engage in the substance of your SONA. They did not defend your SONA. They were just looking for your applause and affirmation. Your chief whip comes and speaks about the National Development Plan. Yet former President Thabo Mbeki, who all of you like to quote, keeps telling you, Mr. President, the NDP is not a plan. Why? A plan requires clear steps, time frames, measurable objectives, and defined responsibilities at each and every level of government. Now, President, let me take you to Singapore. When Singapore gains independence in 1965, they implement the Economic Development Plan, focusing on industrialization, education, and infrastructure. This was not just talk, Mr. President. They created a strong manufacturing sector, which we don't have, upskilled their workforce, which you are not doing, and invested in technological innovation, transforming Singapore into one of the world's leading economies in a short space of time. This can't be said about the National Development Front. Honorable Premier of Limpopo, please don't be narrow. When we say post-secondary education, we're not just talking about universities. We're talking about TVET colleges. We're talking about training centers. Come on, Minister. The Premier of the Northwest comes and talks about Tunchali Rura Accelerated Service Delivery Campaign. But what he won't tell you, Mr. President, is that where he launched his campaign in Mamusa, if you go to Mamusa today, Batuba Runa, Batula Masipa, Bekeli Beke, because his failed PR stunt couldn't resolve the issue of sewage in the province of Northwest. I don't want to even talk about the Minister of Human Settlements. She stands here and claims to have resolved the issue of student accommodation in South Africa. Perhaps she doesn't know, Minister, there's a shortage of over 500,000 beds in South Africa. You don't just resolve it by taking money from VPS and buying yourself a coffee shop. President, I want to invite you just across the road, President. When you were busy delivering your SONA, students at CPUT were sleeping outside, President. On Monday night, I went to visit one of the students who were arrested. Please, President, on your way to your 20-bedroom house in Clifton, pass District 6 so that you can see this crisis with your own eyes. President, we felt the pain of Minister Sihle Zikalala. He's a master's candidate. Rather, he's got a master's. He's got experience in governance. But you have reduced him into a boy and deputy minister of an illiterate, matriculate white man. You are reminding us of the racist corporate sector where our brothers and sisters must account to white juniors, even though they've got better qualifications and better experience than them. But, Mr. President, We are not shaken because we know that the faction of Helen Zille wants to dump this GNU. It's just John Steenhuisen who is still enjoying blue lights even at the cost of his own constituency. Commander-in-Chief of the EFF, we want to show you that we're not just an opposition that talks. We have already presented before this parliament a student debt cancellation bill. We want this parliament to vote for that bill so that we can resolve the debt confronting more than 500,000 students in South Africa. Now, Mr. President, I don't know why you need a bill to give all students their degrees, because these people have
Honorable
completed
Lonsi,
all
your
their
time has
academic
expired.
requirements. Why don't you give them their
Honorable Lonsi,
degrees?
your time has expired.
We came here to ask you and you said
Your
we've got
time
an
is up.
extra minute for 6
Your
minutes.
time is up.
You gave me 5 minutes here. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We
Take your
asked
seat.
you and you said we've got an extra minute here. President,
Your time
Will
is
you
up.
please take your
President, the simple point we're making.
Your time is
How
up.
will these
Your time
students
is up.
get employment if you don't want to give them their degrees? Give the students their degrees, give them their qualifications, give them their certificates so that they can be able to access employment opportunities. You don't need a bill for this. Release all degrees, Mr. President.
Leave the podium. Abba. You can't disrespect the presiding officer.
Thank you, honorable members. Will you please take your seat? What I want to do now is to bring to the attention of the House Rule 34. Rule 34 is very clear. What is very important is that we must maintain the decorum of the House. So, I appeal to the House that as we move forward, we must respect the rules of the joint sitting. Because what is critical here is that, one, we cannot call each other by first name terms. We must respect each other according to Rule 34. So the next person who's going to be on the podium